Hey guys, Stretch Games here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a AS2 website on Adobe Flash. And so this is part one. We're just setting up on this, and we're just gonna set up some functions here and there, but not a lot. Okay, so start off with the rectangle tool, and then you're going to enlarge the stage. And I don't really know what the default size for this is, but I'm gonna go check. Okay, so I figured it out. It's the default size is okay. Now to get the size, go to your selection tool, and in the size, make it 800 by 600. That would be the default web page size. And if you want to make it bigger, you're gonna have to add like a slide bar to everything, and that'll be kind of a pain. But it's not actually so hard. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your rectangle tool, and then you're gonna put a black lining and no fill. This is for our items here. So put a rectangle around the entire stage, double click on the rectangle, and then make sure the settings are 800 by 600 exact. And do not click the snap right. If this is locked, unclick it. Now go to Align and click Center. Okay, so now that you got that, you're going to take your rectangle tool, and you're going to make a rectangle or a logo up here. Like that. Then you're going to make then you're going to take your line tool, and you're going to drag out a line like this. This is going to be your logo and your header. And I might drag down my header a bit. Circus. Okay. So now this is gonna be now we're gonna have our body right here, and then we're just gonna cut off this part down here by a little bit, and then we're gonna cut off this line for part of the body. So your website, your entire website should look like this. Go down to this corner down here and take your text tool, and inside of it you're gonna make some text, and in the text you're gonna spell copyright right there. And usually I'll make my text white, and then I'll use black to fill in the rectangle, and it kind of makes it stand out like that. Kind of makes it stand out a little. Now in your body, this is where you're gonna have all your text and stuff, and if it kind of hangs off the edge, well, actually I want you to close this spot back up, and then we'll use that later. We're gonna use that for our buttons. We're gonna list all our buttons down in that little bar. Okay, so in the body we're gonna have this scroll occupied. So this is gonna be scrolled occupied. So what that means is that we're gonna put a UI scroll bar in it. So we're gonna put this, actually the scroll pane right here, not the UI scroll bar. I'm thinking, yeah, don't use the UI scroll bar. Use the scroll pane. Because then if your text is too long, it has a bottom bar side too. Okay, now we're just gonna we're just gonna put a scroll pane here, and we're gonna use the scroll pane a little bit, but we're just gonna set it up right now, and then I'm gonna go to its width and height. Well, first you're gonna click around the, you're gonna hold down shift while clicking around the edges of the body like this. So you're gonna do this. Now once you clicked around the edges of the body, you're gonna find its width and height. The width is 800 and the height is, so I'm just gonna copy the height because it's not as easy to remember. And then make this 800. And then I'm going to try to align it up with this like that. See? So that's how the scroll pane's gonna fit. And we're not gonna just use it right now. So we'll put that away. Now, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna set up by making our logo and by making our header. So we're gonna go up here like that. I want to delete it that quick. We're gonna use Dreamweaver to publish our website later too. Okay. Now we're gonna make a header. I mean a logo. And then in here I'm gonna type in like some cool fancy text, like to kind of get to kind of attract people. Like that. I'm gonna do stretch games. Cut. Okay, here, let's do stretch games. Okay, so stretch games. Yes, I'm gonna do stretch games right there. And then I'm gonna hit enter, and then I'm gonna make some small midget text. Actually, I'm going to make my own small midget text. Add about the size of 8. And then down here I'm gonna type in or Flash ain't hard. Cause I'm a 9-year-old and I don't think it's hard at all. The thing's a piece of cake. You can also do this website with ActionScript 3. I'm still trying to figure out how, but I'm gonna but it's not taking, it's like I'm really close to getting it. Okay, so now we're gonna make it stand out with some of this. Okay, so we're gonna make this black, bright red, and then we're gonna make this white. Oh, it's icky in between. Blue. And then we're gonna, okay. And then put it in the corner so like it's peeking out like the sun, except it's on the bottom. So kind of make it peek out. Stretch gains for Flash and 800. Okay, so that's what I got. And so now what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna put the same thing over here, and it looks really big right now. And I'm gonna peek it in the edge so it's like this right here. So I'm gonna kind of align it with itself. So they're kind of like that. And then in the header, I'm gonna type at the size of a text. I'm gonna go with 25 for size. Right there. This bottle keeps leaking. No. Look at that. Our Xbox Live Station is fizzling. Okay, so now we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna type. Actually, I'm gonna make this 40 because this is really small. I want to make it fill the page. I'm gonna do. And I want some normal text now. So I'm gonna go down to Cjo UI. Cjo, yeah, here it is. Okay. Cjo UI, and I'm gonna type stretchgames.com. And then I'm gonna put a little stick figure down here. B. At about this size, I'm gonna zoom in a bit more. I'm gonna draw a stick figure. I forgot, all my stick figures are black. Never any other color but black. Unless my background is black, then I do white. But otherwise, they're black. Ah, jeez. So I made my little stick figure. And I'm gonna put sorry, a little ball. Like a little ball that was trying to attack him, running away from him. And I'm going to use gold or yellow to indicate it from the background. I'm gonna give him a strong thickness of like line. Like I'm gonna give him a strong stroke. Then I'm gonna hit B. Get out some black and then put an eye on him like that. Hit K and then take this to fill in that spot right there. Okay, so now we got our logo and our header, and mine's kind of cheap a little. Mine's a little cheap, so why? And I'm gonna make him look like he's zooming by hitting Q and rotating him forward. Or like make him look like he's rolling away. Oh, that guy's like, yay, I beat him. So, stretchgames.com. Now, we're gonna worry about the body in the next tutorial. And our buttons, we're gonna worry about that next tutorial. But in the scroll pane, we're just gonna put a scroll pane down here for keeping, or not. I'm not gonna keep it there for a while. But that's all we have today, so I'll see you next time on my Stretch Games tutorials. Adios.